Hey guys, it's Miss Langham back again with your daily social studies lesson. I don't think I have any announcements today besides we're still working on getting the Harry Potter chapter available to you guys. That's about it. So, if there's anyone watching my video that's not a student, what we're working on basically for this week and next week is a paid item that I bought from Teachers Pay Teachers. It's called, hang on, I'll tell you what it's called. I gotta look it up again. So if you wanted to go buy it for yourself or for your child and print it at home, you can do that. Let me pull it up. Teachers Pay Teachers. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I should have had it pulled up already. Where is it? My purchases. It is called Economics Comprehension Passages, and it's by Teaching with a Mountain View. So I'll put a link to that in the description box below. So if you want to buy it for yourself, you can. For my students, you don't need to buy it. I've already bought it for you, and it's available to you online in Verge, and you can print it if you have a printer. If you don't have a printer, just draw it. I'm not asking you to make the flip pages at this time, but in the future we will, because we unfortunately don't know how long we're going to be in this situation. So, okay, let's get back to our work. Oh, one more thing. I'm so forgetful. I won't be posting tomorrow because it's the weekend, so you guys will see me again on Monday. Okay, so let's review yesterday. Yesterday we started our introduction to economics. We talked about positive incentives and negative incentives. So positive incentives are like good things for a business to get you to come buy their product or go to their store. Like, the Chick-fil-A rewards app I was telling you about. Now a negative incentive would be like you get a consequence for doing an action. So like speeding or littering, you will get a ticket, okay? The difference between the two, we got two words that are different. In positive incentives, rewards is what we need to remember. In negative incentives, we need to remember consequences, okay? All right. We also have goods and services. Goods are products that people buy and sell. Services are an action or work that someone provides to help someone. So we're talking about teachers, doctors, nurses, garbage men, that's a service, okay? And goods are things we buy. Anything that you can hold in your hand that you can buy is a good, okay? I guess it doesn't even have to be handheld, technically. All right, and then we have productive resources, which are natural resources, capital resources, and human resources. So we know natural resources. We've been talking about those all school year. Hello, it's almost April. We know what a natural resource is. It's a gift of nature. Capital resources are products used to create other products. Just like I told you about my sewing machine. If you can think of another example, you can't comment on this video if you're on YouTube, but if you're in my class, you can comment in the comments on Verge and let me know if you can think of another capital resource. And then we also have human resources. So those are the workers in any industry. Those are the human resources. So let me give you an example. So in our school district, let's say, I don't know, if there's any issue that I had with like my paycheck or something, we have a department called the Department of Human Resources. So they manage like all the people side of education, like all the working parts, and I can call them and they'll take care of it for me, okay? That's what I mean by human resources, the workers. All right, so let's get out an introduction to economics part 2. I believe this is on page 5 of the slide, and I believe the little flip page is on page 6, okay? So I'll read this to you, and then we'll do our flip pages. Now again, if you want to do the flip pages, you can. I'm not requiring that of you at this time because I know some of us, we might not have our school supplies. So if you don't have scissors or glue or tape, it's not a big deal. We can still learn without all those extras. but you still just need to write it. If you're using your own notebook paper, just write these out, just big like this, like we always do. So you guys remember, if you're doing flip pages, we do not cut this off. This always stays, because we're gonna start here and cut all the way here and stop. And then we'll cut the top off too right here, and that's what will make this section flip, and you'd write the definition under the page. And now on the back of this bar right here is where you put your glue. You glue it down to your paper, and then that's how we would really have 2 pages glued together, and then they would flip over on each section. So we're gonna be learning about trade-off, opportunity cost, opportunity cost, risk, and decision. Okay? I bet we can guess what some of these are, but remember, we're talking about economics, how businesses or governments decide how to use their resources and make money off of them. Okay, so let's get to reading. Let me get my pen out. An Introduction to Economics Part 2. Sometimes in economics, you have to make a choice between 2 or more goods or services. When you choose one thing over another, you're making a trade-off. So it's like if your parents take you to the store to get shoes and you see 2 pairs of Vans you like, but your mom says you can only have one because that's what moms do. So you're having to make a trade-off. You're trying to decide which one you'd rather have. Imagine that you just earned $20 for allowance this month. Your best friend invites you to the movies, but you have been saving up to buy a new video game. So you're gonna go to the movies or you're gonna buy that video game? You won't have enough money to do both. You will have to make a trade-off by choosing the movie or the game. So back to my example. Depending on which Vans you want, you have to make a choice. Do you want pair A or do you want pair B? Do you want the slip-ons or do you want the lace-ups? You have to make a choice. You can only get one. Often when you make economic decisions, you will have an opportunity cost. An opportunity cost is the cost or value of what you give up when you choose one thing over another. So if you choose the lace-up Vans, your opportunity cost is the slip-ons. That's what it costs you. You couldn't have both, so it cost you the slip-ons. If you choose to go to the movies with your friend, you'll have to give up your new video game. The video game becomes your opportunity cost. If you choose to buy the game instead, you won't be able to go to the movie. In this example, missing out on the movie is your opportunity cost. Okay? Comparing the opportunity cost and the benefits can help you make good economic decisions. And a decision is a choice you make based on the trade-offs and opportunity costs. So we make decisions all the time. So if you think about, let me think of a school example. So you can choose to do your homework or not to do your homework. Now, if you choose to do your homework, you're gonna get your credit for me. If you choose not to, well, there's a cost associated with that, and the cost is a 0 in the grade book, okay? Where did I leave off? Some decisions can be difficult to make since there's often a trade-off or opportunity cost involved. In many economic choices you make, there are risks. There are people doing construction all the time. There are risks involved. A risk is a chance someone takes when making a decision. Some risks are large and some risks are small. So let's go back to the Vans example. So it's really not going to matter either way which Vans you get. There's still Vans. There's not going to be a consequence if you choose one over the other. Okay. If you decide to spend all of your allowance on that new video game, you're risking not having enough money to do other things later. If a business decides to spend money by opening a new restaurant, they're taking a risk whether or not it will be successful enough to earn their money back. So our risk in choosing those Vans is small. We're not really losing anything. We have a choice. Our mom says we can get one or the other. Okay? But if you're opening a business like a restaurant, a lot of money goes into that, and usually people borrow that money from the bank, and so they're risking that. If their restaurant doesn't go well, guess what? They still have to pay all this money back to the bank. It's not just free money. So they really need their business to make a profit so they can pay off that loan that they took out. Otherwise, where are they going to get the money to pay off this $1 million loan from? And we're not talking like a little bit. We're talking like a lot. It costs a lot of money to open a business. Okay? All right. So let's look at our flip pages. We got trade-off, opportunity cost, risk, and decision. So again, if you were going to make the flip pages, you cut this off, glue this to notebook paper or construction paper, whatever you have, and then you would be writing underneath on the line paper underneath this. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to keep it simple and just write on here, okay? And we're doing this because we don't have our portfolios with us. Normally this is something we would put in our portfolio at school, but we don't have those. So we're just gonna do it this easy way and just keep it simple. Okay, so trade-off. Look, remember, we go back and look. Did you notice they underlined all the definitions for you? So they're easy to find, trade-off. So when you're scanning through, all you gotta do is look for that underlined word. All right, what's a trade-off? When you choose one thing over another. That's what we're gonna write. When you choose one thing over another. Okay, we got it. All right, opportunity cost. An opportunity cost is the cost or value of what you give up when you choose one thing over another. All right, let's write that. I'm going to write on the top because I don't think it's all going to fit on the bottom. The cost or value of what you give up when you choose one thing over another. Okay? Got that? All right, 2 more to go and then we're done with social studies for the day. So I made this easy for you because learning should be easy. We don't have to make this difficult. And I don't know about you, but I learn better when things are explained simply to me. We don't have to make anything complicated, but we might be adding more work in the next few weeks because I put in this at last minute notice and I didn't know how long we were going to be out, so I said let me pick something super easy that would be easy to do from home. So we'll see what we'll have in the coming weeks. Okay, risk. It's in the last paragraph. In many economic choices you make, there are risks involved. A risk is a chance someone takes when making a decision. So we're going to write a chance someone takes when making a decision. All right, and then our last one is decision. It's in the second to last paragraph. Oh, I forgot to show you guys, risk. All right, decision. A decision is a choice you make based on the trade-offs and opportunity costs. Okay, a choice you make based on the trade-offs and opportunity costs. All right. So just in time, because it looks like they're gonna really get started with some serious construction outside my house. It's not for me. I don't know what my neighbors are doing. I can't tell the bushes in the way. But you guys, if you have any questions, let me know. You can email me, comment on Verge, comment on my teacher Instagram. And I guess that's about it. So I really miss you guys. I wish we were back at school. I hate that we are at home, but we're all trapped inside. So make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure you're not coming into contact with people that are not in your family. And only go out when it is absolutely necessary. Like if your mom needs help at the grocery store. So That's it. Okay. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye. Oh, and if you have a yard, you should go out in your yard and go outside, sit outside, play outside. But if you don't have a yard, don't worry about going outside this weekend. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.